Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a coin enthusiast or collector, you're going to want to stick around for today's video. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1969 D Lincoln 1-cent penny. A coin you might have in your pocket, but it could be worth a lot more than you think. The 1969 D Lincoln penny is one of those pieces that can truly surprise you, especially when it comes to its current market value. In this video, we're going to explore everything you need to know about this coin, from its history to its worth today, and how it can even be worth $1 million. So, let's not waste any time and get right into it. First off, let's talk about the 1969 D Lincoln penny itself. This coin was minted by the U.S. Mint in 1969 and carries the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse features the classic Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. What makes this penny stand out from others is the fact that it was minted in Denver, as indicated by the D Mint mark on the coin. While the 1969 D penny is common in circulation, certain specific conditions and errors can make it extremely valuable. The higher the grade or condition, the more valuable the coin. A penny that is in uncirculated or near-perfect condition can be worth more than a coin that's been through years of wear and tear. The real reason people go crazy over certain 1969 D pennies is due to the possibility of rare error coins, particularly the famous 1969 D double die obverse. This is a variety where the die used to strike the coin was misaligned, resulting in a noticeable doubling of the inscriptions and details on the obverse, the front of the coin. This error is what catapulted the coin into the spotlight among collectors and coin enthusiasts. Let's take a closer look at this 1969 D double die obverse penny. It's one of the most sought-after error coins, and for a good reason. On a normal penny, the inscriptions, Liberty, and In God We Trust, are clear and sharp. But in the case of the double die variety, these words are doubled. You can see a noticeable shift in the details, especially around the L in Liberty and the T in Trust. These error coins are extremely rare, and finding one in decent condition is like striking gold. They've become a holy grail for coin collectors. If you're lucky enough to find one of these in your collection, it could fetch a pretty penny, sometimes even into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, let's talk about the current market value. The price of a regular 1969 D penny in circulated condition, without any error, is quite modest, typically ranging between 1 cent and 10 cents. But when you factor in those elusive double die error coins, the value jumps dramatically. So, what are these error coins worth today? A high-grade uncirculated 1969 D double die penny can sell anywhere from $100 to $400 depending on its condition and the quality of the error. For coins that are in exceptional condition, especially those with minimal wear, the value can go even higher. The real game changer is the highest grade versions, which have sold at auction for over $1,000 in some cases. But here's where it gets really interesting. Some coins have even broken the $1 million mark. If you happen to find a 1969 D penny with an impeccable double die error in mint state, it could end up being worth a life-changing amount. These rare examples, though, are few and far between. If you think you might have a 1969 D penny with a double die error, how can you tell? Here's what to look for. As I mentioned, the key giveaway is the doubling of the words, Liberty, and In God We Trust. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to check the details carefully. Ensure that the mint mark is indeed a D. This will verify it was struck in Denver. Inspect the overall condition. If the coin looks worn down or scratched, it won't be as valuable. However, if it's in excellent condition, especially uncirculated, it could have significant worth. So, what's the takeaway here? The 1969 D Lincoln penny is a fascinating coin with great potential for collectors, especially if you're lucky enough to find the double die variety. While a regular 1969 D penny might only be worth a few cents, a well-preserved double die error coin can fetch hundreds, thousands, or even millions at auction. If you're out there hunting for rare coins or just going through your change, keep an eye out for this one. It's definitely a coin you don't want to miss if you're serious about collecting or flipping for profit. That's it for today's video. If you found this information helpful, or if you have any 1969 D pennies of your own, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear if you've come across a double die or any other rare errors in your collection. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more coin collecting tips and market insights. Until next time, happy hunting, and keep those coins safe. 1972 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This penny is not just another ordinary coin, as it has garnered attention for its rarity and potential worth in today's market. If you've ever wondered whether your 1972 penny could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars, keep watching because we're about to dive deep into its value, rarity, and why this coin is so special. Let's start with a quick overview. The 1972 Lincoln penny was minted as part of the regular coin production for that year. It features the iconic Abraham Lincoln design on the obverse, and on the reverse, you'll see the familiar Union shield. But here's the catch: there's no mint mark on this coin. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia during this era don't carry a mint mark. However, the 1972 penny is particularly interesting because of a series of factors that have led collectors to give it more attention. What makes the 1972 penny so intriguing is the potential for errors or variations in its production. These can greatly influence its market value, and some of them are so rare that they have become sought after by serious numismatists. Now, you might be asking, what makes the 1972 No Mint Mark penny so special? Well, there are a couple of things that come into play here. First, most pennies from 1972 were minted in large quantities. However, some coins have unique characteristics that make them rare. For example, certain 1972 pennies have been discovered with doubling on the obverse, specifically on Abraham Lincoln's image and the lettering. This is called double die error, and it is one of the most famous and valuable errors in coin collecting history. A 1972 penny without the mint mark, coupled with a doubling error, can fetch a pretty penny, pun intended. These types of error coins are extremely valuable because of their rarity. Coin collectors actively seek out these mistakes, and the rarer the mistake, the higher the price it can command. Now, let's talk about the current market value. A standard 1972 No Mint Mark penny, in average circulated condition, isn't worth much more than its face value, just 1 cent. However, when we start talking about uncirculated or high-grade specimens, the value increases significantly. A well-preserved 1972 penny in mint state could be worth between $1 to $5, depending on its condition. But when you get into error coins, things get a lot more interesting. For example, a 1972 penny with the well-known double die error could be worth anywhere from a few $100s to thousands of dollars, depending on its condition and how prominent the doubling is. Some have been known to sell for over $1,000, and here's where things get really exciting. Certain 1972 pennies with rare errors or unique features can indeed be worth millions. If you have a 1972 penny that shows not only the double die error but also other rare features, you could potentially see its value soar into the six-figure range, or even into the millions. While it's rare to see a 1972 penny reaching the $1 million mark, it's not impossible. The key to fetching that kind of value is having a perfect specimen that displays not just one, but several errors. Coin auctions and sales have shown that some error coins with multiple rare characteristics can sell for astronomical amounts. For instance, coins like the 1972 double die penny, with exceptional doubling and excellent grade, have sold for upwards of $5,000 to $10,000 in some cases. But the holy grail of this coin would be an example that ticks all the boxes: no mint mark, double die, and flawless condition. So how can you tell if your 1972 penny is worth more than just its face value? First, check for signs of doubling on the lettering and Abraham Lincoln's portrait. If the doubling is noticeable and clear, you may have an error coin. Next, take a good look at the condition of the coin. Is it well preserved with no visible wear or damage? If so, it could increase its value, especially if the doubling error is present. Additionally, if you have a 1972 penny that's in pristine, uncirculated condition, this will also increase its market value, even without any errors. So, always remember to examine your pennies carefully and check for any variations that could make your coin stand out from the rest. To wrap it all up, while most 1972 no-mint mark pennies are worth just 1 cent, a select few can hold incredible value, especially when they feature rare errors like double die. If you're lucky enough to have one of these unique coins, you could potentially be holding something worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars. The key to unlocking the value of these coins lies in their rarity, condition, and the presence of any unusual errors or variations. So, always be on the lookout when checking your pocket change. You never know when you might come across a hidden treasure. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1972 no-mint mark penny and its potential worth, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on future videos about rare coins and their market values. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting! 1976 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, featuring no mint mark. If you thought pennies were just pocket change, think again, because this particular coin could be worth a lot more than you ever imagined. Stick around as we explore its unique characteristics, how to identify it, and most importantly, its market value today. Let's see if this penny could really be worth millions. Now you might be thinking, a 1976 penny? Isn't that just a common coin from the bicentennial year? Well, yes and no. The 1976 Lincoln penny is indeed part of the bicentennial coin series, a period when the U.S. Mint produced several special edition coins. However, this particular coin in question stands out due to its lack of a mint mark, making it a rare and sought-after piece for certain collectors. Normally, a penny minted in 1976 would have a mint mark indicating where it was produced, either a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. However, the 1976 no-mint mark penny doesn't bear any of those markers. While the no-mint mark version of this penny was produced in Philadelphia, it's worth noting that most pennies from this year did carry the mint mark, which makes this coin much rarer and highly collectible. Now, let's talk about value. As we've seen with many rare coins, the worth of any given penny depends on several factors, including its condition, rarity, and demand in the market. The 1976 no-mint mark penny, especially in pristine condition, can fetch prices far beyond its face value of 1 cent. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with higher grades commanding higher prices. A well-preserved 1976 no-mint mark penny, particularly one that's graded in MS65 or higher, could potentially be worth around $5 to $10. But that's just the beginning. If you happen to stumble upon a near-perfect or proof version of this coin, you could see the value climb to anywhere between $50 and $100 or more, depending on current market trends. However, here's where things get really interesting. There have been rumors of specific 1976 no-mint mark pennies, perhaps with minor errors or unique characteristics, selling for much higher amounts. Collectors have been known to pay as much as $1,000 or even more for coins that are in flawless condition or have special, unique features like double die errors or misprints. While it's uncommon to find a 1976 penny worth millions, the market for rare coins is unpredictable, and certain high-value coins can go for astronomical prices if the right buyer comes along. In the world of coin collecting, rarity, condition, and historical significance are key to a coin's market value. Now you might be asking, is it possible for a 1976 no-mint mark penny to reach $1 million? While this might sound like a stretch, stranger things have happened in the world of rare coin collecting. For example, certain limited run errors or coins with significant historical importance have sold for millions. But as for the 1976 no-mint mark penny specifically, unless it has a unique, extraordinary flaw, it's unlikely to fetch that kind of price. If you happen to own a 1976 penny without a mint mark, here are a few tips to help you determine its worth. First, assess the condition. Are there scratches, discoloration, or significant wear? If the coin has maintained its shine and features, it's more likely to be valuable. Second, get it graded by a professional coin grader to find out if it qualifies as a high-quality specimen. The higher the grade, the better the potential for value. And finally, always keep an eye on the market trends. Rare coin prices can fluctuate, so staying updated on auction results or joining coin collector groups can provide insight into the coin's current value. If you believe you've got a gem on your hands, don't hesitate to reach out to experts or auction houses for an appraisal. In conclusion, while the 1976 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny may not be worth millions right now, it's still a fascinating coin with real value for collectors. Depending on its condition and any unique characteristics it may have, this penny could fetch anywhere from a few dollars to several hundred, if not more, for a truly exceptional piece. 1992 The Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Now, this isn't just any regular penny. There are some serious reasons why this coin has gained attention and is worth far more than just 1 cent. So, let's explore the value and why this specific 1992 D penny might be sitting in your pocket, ready to make you some serious money. Let's start by understanding the basics. The 1992 D penny is part of the United States regular minting, meaning it was produced at the Denver Mint. As you know, these pennies feature the image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side and a memorial design on the reverse. The coin was minted in 1992, a year that saw the release of millions of these pennies. But here's the kicker: the coin you're holding in your hand could be worth far more than you expect. To understand why this penny is valuable, we need to look at a few key factors. First, there's something particularly special about the 1992 D penny that sets it apart. It was the year of a unique error in some of the coins produced at the Denver Mint. In 1992, a certain number of these pennies were struck with an unintentional and incredibly rare, close AM, reverse design. Normally, the letters A and M in America on the reverse of the penny are spaced apart, but some 1992 D pennies were struck with these letters much closer together, creating an error that's highly sought after by collectors. The coins with this close AM design are significantly rarer than the ones with the normal spacing, making them worth much more. Now, let's talk numbers. A regular 1992 D penny is worth exactly 1 cent in most cases, but a 1992 D penny with the close AM error can be worth a lot more, sometimes thousands of dollars. So, what exactly can you expect to sell a 1992 D close AM penny for? In the market, the value of a 1992 D close AM penny can vary depending on its condition, but a well-preserved specimen has been known to fetch anywhere between $500 to $2,000 or more. If the penny is in near-perfect or mint condition, the price could rise even higher. However, the scarcity of these coins is what drives their demand, so the more well-known this error becomes, the higher the potential for price increases. If you happen to find a 1992 D penny with this error, and it's in mint condition, it could even be worth a few $1,000s. However, be cautious, because there are plenty of counterfeit or altered coins out there. Always get your coins authenticated by a professional before selling or buying them. When it comes to any coin's value, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. The 1992 D close AM penny's value can change dramatically depending on its grade. For example, a coin in good or fair condition might only be worth a few $100s, while a coin graded in fine or excellent condition could see its value skyrocket. In rare cases, a 1992 D close AM penny with a perfect grade of MS67 or higher can command tens of thousands of dollars in the right market. If you happen to find one, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded by a reputable service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, to get an accurate appraisal of its value. If you're wondering how you can tell whether you have a rare 1992 D penny, here's a quick guide. The easiest way to spot a 1992 D close AM penny is to closely examine the reverse of the coin, specifically the spacing between the A and M in America. On a regular 1992 D penny, the letters should be spaced apart, while on the close AM version, the letters will be much closer together. To get an even better view, you might need a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to examine the coin carefully. Sometimes the difference can be hard to spot with the naked eye, but once you know what you're looking for, it's pretty easy to tell. So, you've got a 1992 D close AM penny and you're wondering where you can sell it. There are a few good places to start. You can sell it online through platforms like eBay, where many collectors actively search for rare pennies. Additionally, you can consider working with a local coin shop or auction house that specializes in rare coins. Before selling, make sure you do your research and check recent sales of similar coins to get an idea of how much you can expect to earn. It's always good to shop around and get multiple offers to make sure you're getting the best deal. In addition to the 1992 D-Close AM penny, other 1992 coins are also worth checking out. The 1992 S-Proof penny, for example, is another coin from that year that might carry additional value depending on its condition and whether it's part of a special mint set. Although it's not as rare as the 1992 D-Close AM penny, it's still worth keeping an eye on if you're collecting coins from that year. To wrap up, the 1992 D. Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is an excellent example of how one small detail can turn an everyday coin into something much more valuable. Whether you're just starting your collection or you've been collecting for years, understanding the worth of these pennies and how to identify the rarities is crucial. If you're lucky enough to have one of these special 1992 D pennies in your collection, you could be sitting on a small fortune, potentially worth thousands of dollars. And even if you don't have one just yet, keep your eyes peeled. Rare coins like this one are often hiding in plain sight. 1994 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny and what makes it so special. Keep watching to find out everything you need to know. To start, let's talk about the significance of the 1994 No Mint Mark penny. Typically, the U.S. Mint places a mint mark on coins produced at different mints across the country, such as the D for Denver or S for San Francisco. However, some coins, especially pennies from earlier years, were minted in Philadelphia and have no mint mark. While this is common knowledge to seasoned collectors, the 1994 penny, despite being widely circulated, has become famous for its no mint mark error. At first glance, it may seem like a standard penny, but if you carefully examine the reverse of the coin, you'll notice that this penny lacks the mint mark that should indicate where it was made. This tiny, almost imperceptible error makes it stand out as an exceptional find in the world of numismatics. In 1994, the U.S. Mint primarily produced pennies at the Philadelphia Mint. However, some coins from the Philadelphia Mint during that year were mistakenly struck without a mint mark, a flaw that makes the 1994 No Mint Mark penny even more remarkable. The absence of the mint mark is not only a unique error but also incredibly rare, making it a prized possession for coin collectors around the world. So, why has the 1994 No Mint Mark penny become a highly valuable coin? The simple answer is rarity. The no mint mark variety of this penny is quite scarce, which means that collectors are willing to pay a premium for one. Coin collectors and investors look for coins with flaws or irregularities, and this particular penny's lack of a mint mark has made it a rare error coin. To put this into perspective, while a standard 1994 penny without the no mint mark error is worth just 1 cent, a 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny has sold for much higher prices. The rarity combined with its intriguing history has driven its value to soar in recent years. A 1994 no mint mark penny in excellent condition can command prices ranging from hundreds to thousands of dollars at auctions or through private sales, depending on its grade and condition. Now, let's break down the current market value and price range of the 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny. The worth of these pennies can vary significantly depending on a few key factors such as their condition, the buyer's interest, and how rare the coin is considered at the time of sale. In general, you might find a 1994 no mint mark penny in average condition selling for anywhere between $100 and $500. However, coins that are in pristine condition, with no signs of wear or damage, have been known to fetch much higher amounts. At auctions or through private collectors, these pristine pennies have sold for $1,000 to $10,000 or more depending on their rarity and the demand in the market at the time. What really sets the 1994 no mint mark penny apart is the potential for a much higher value. In some rare cases, well-preserved examples of the coin have been listed for over $100,000 at auctions. It's not uncommon for collectors to hold on to these coins for years, as they see their value appreciate over time. In fact, some rare specimens have been known to sell for over $1 million, making this seemingly simple penny an incredible asset in the coin collecting world. You might be wondering, how can you spot a 1994 no-mint mark penny in your collection? Well, it's actually fairly simple. The only thing you need to check is the reverse side of the coin, where the mint mark should normally appear beneath the date. If the penny is from Philadelphia, there should be no mint mark at all. While most people might overlook this coin or think it's a regular 1994 penny, coin collectors know that this small detail makes a huge difference. If you have one, it's worth taking a closer look to determine if it's in good condition. Coins with sharper details, fewer scratches, and minimal wear will always fetch a higher price. As time goes on, the market value of rare coins like the 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny will only continue to evolve. Collectors are always on the lookout for unusual and hard-to-find coins, and with the growing interest in rare penny varieties, you can expect the value of this coin to keep climbing. Whether you're an avid collector or simply someone who stumbled upon one of these unique pennies, it's always worth keeping track of its value in the ever-changing coin market. In the years to come, the 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny could very well become a cornerstone in any coin collector's portfolio, and it's safe to say that its current market value, which has already reached impressive heights, may very well continue to soar into the millions. So, what's the final takeaway on the 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny? This coin, with its subtle yet significant error, has become a valuable asset in the world of numismatics. Whether you're holding on to one as a rare find or simply a collector looking for a unique coin to add to your collection, it's clear that the 1994 no-mint mark penny is a treasure worth more than its original face value. Hey, coin collectors and enthusiasts! Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our future coin-related content. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1973 Lincoln penny, and trust me, you'll want to stick around for this one. Now, at first glance, this might seem like just another run-of-the-mill penny, but what if I told you this little coin could be worth a whole lot more than its face value? In fact, with the right condition, your 1973 Lincoln penny could be worth thousands, or even more. Let's break it down. Let's start with some history to put things into perspective. The 1973 Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, marked with the D mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. It was part of the 1973 series, and like many of the pennies from this era, it was struck with the typical copper composition. While the 1973 penny was produced in huge numbers, over 2 billion coins were struck, there are certain factors that could make one of these pennies highly valuable. Before we talk about how much this penny could be worth, let's talk about the key factors that affect the market value of a coin like this one. This is the big one. The condition of a coin dramatically impacts its value. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with the higher grades being much more valuable. A 1973 penny in mint state 67 or higher can fetch significantly more than one in lower grades. Some 1973 pennies may feature rare minting errors, things like double dies, off-center strikes, or misprints. These error coins are especially desirable for collectors, and they can drive prices up to a surprising degree. While the 1973 penny is fairly common overall, specific conditions or unique errors can make certain examples rare. So, what are these pennies worth? Let's break it down by condition and rarity. If your penny is in average circulation condition, say in good or fine condition, you're looking at a value of just 2 to 3 cents, barely above its face value. These are a step up. A well-preserved 1973 penny could fetch anywhere from $2 to $5 depending on its condition. Here's where it starts getting interesting. A 1973 penny in this range could bring you $10 to $50, sometimes even more depending on the exact grade. Error coins can take your penny's value from a couple of bucks to hundreds, or even thousands. For instance, if you happen to find a 1973 penny with a double die verse, where the date or lettering appears doubled, it could easily be worth $100 to $1,000. Okay, now let's talk about the big one. Could your 1973 penny ever be worth $1 million? While it's highly unlikely for most coins, there's always the possibility for extraordinary finds in the world of coin collecting. For the 1973 D Lincoln penny to reach those kind of jaw-dropping prices, you need an incredibly rare error coin in flawless condition. We're talking about something like a highly sought-after minting mistake combined with a perfect grade of MS-70. In the world of rare coins, particularly with Lincoln pennies, certain unique errors have fetched astronomical amounts. For example, a rare error like a misstruck penny could be auctioned for up to $100,000 or more, with only a few examples known to exist. But $1 million 1973 D penny? It's not out of the question, though it would have to be an incredibly rare anomaly, like a minting error on a near-perfect coin. Now that you know what makes a 1973 D Lincoln penny valuable, how do you go about checking yours for potential worth? Here's a quick guide. Check for any double dies or errors. If you notice something unusual with the date or mint mark, make sure to take a closer look. Double dies, off-center strikes, or any other unusual features can turn a regular penny into a small treasure. Once you've inspected your penny, it's time to grade it. If you're unsure about the condition, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. So, there you have it. While the 1973 D Lincoln penny might seem like a simple coin, it could be worth more than you think, especially if it's in excellent condition or features a rare minting error. If you've got one of these in your collection, be sure to give it a closer look. And if you want more tips on how to spot rare and valuable coins, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment below. 1982 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that might be sitting in your pocket right now, and could potentially be worth a lot more than you think. So, grab a magnifying glass, and let's get started. Now, you may have heard rumors that the 1982 penny could be worth a fortune, and today, we're going to break down the details of this coin, its current market value, and the specific circumstances that make it worth millions in some rare cases. Yes, millions! First, let's get some context on this coin. The 1982 Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, which is where the mint mark comes from. This particular penny was part of a transition in U.S. coinage. Up until 1982, pennies were made of 95% copper. But starting that year, a major change occurred. The U.S. Mint reduced the copper content, replacing it with zinc, making the coins lighter and less expensive to produce. But here's where things get interesting. While most of the 1982 pennies are made of this new copper-plated zinc, some 1982 pennies are made with the old copper composition. This mix-up happened during the transition, and that's where the potential for big value lies. You see, the 1982 penny is especially significant because it was minted in both the copper and zinc versions. The copper version is what coin collectors and investors are looking for. So, how much can these 1982 copper pennies be worth? Well, here's where it gets exciting. A regular 1982 zinc penny is worth just 1 cent, nothing special. However, if you're lucky enough to find a copper 1982 D penny, its value increases substantially. In recent years, collectors have been paying hefty premiums for these copper pennies because they are rare. Although the exact number of copper 1982 D pennies is unknown, it's believed that only a small percentage of the pennies minted in 1982 were struck with the old copper alloy. Now, let's talk about the price. A 1982 copper penny can fetch anywhere from $50 to $100 in average condition. But that's just the start. If you have a graded coin, like one with a high mint state, it could be worth several $100s or more. Now you might be wondering, how can I tell if my 1982 D penny is made of copper? Great question. The easiest way to determine if your penny is copper or zinc is by weighing it. The copper pennies weigh about 3.11 grams, while the zinc ones are slightly lighter, around 2.5 grams. You can also check the color. Copper pennies have a rich, reddish-brown color, while zinc pennies will look more dull and grayish. Be careful though, there are no guarantees that your penny is copper just because it looks like it. It's always best to weigh the coin or consult a professional for an official grading. But what if I told you that some 1982 pennies are worth even more? That's right. Some 1982 pennies have been found with rare minting errors that make them worth millions of dollars. Let's take a look at a few examples. One of the most famous error coins from this year is the 1982 double die obverse penny. This error occurs when the coin is struck multiple times, causing the design to appear doubled. If you're lucky enough to find one of these, you're looking at a coin worth anywhere from $500 to $5,000, depending on the condition and the severity of the doubling. Then there's the 1982 with a no mint mark error. Some of these coins were mistakenly struck without the D mint mark, which is an incredibly rare find. These coins have been known to sell for upwards of $1 million. Yes, $1 million. Imagine discovering one of these in your pocket change. But of course, these error coins are extremely rare, so don't expect to find one on every corner. If you think you've got a possible error penny, always have it professionally graded to confirm its authenticity and value. Once you've identified your 1982 penny, it's time to consider grading it. Grading plays a huge role in how much your coin is worth. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. A higher grade means the coin is in better condition, which translates to a higher market value. If your penny is in mint condition, it's best to send it to a professional grading service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, for an official grade. Once graded, your coin can be sold at auctions, through coin dealers, or even online platforms like eBay. To sum it up, the 1982 Lincoln penny can be worth a lot more than its face value, but only if you've got one of the rare copper versions or a penny with a minting error. While a standard 1982 D penny is worth just 1 cent, a rare, well-preserved copper penny can be worth hundreds of dollars, and if you've got a minting error, you could be sitting on a potential fortune. So, next time you dig through your pocket change, remember, you might have a valuable coin on your hands. Be sure to check for copper, weigh your penny, and look for those rare errors. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more awesome coin content, and leave a comment if you've ever found a rare coin. 1993 D Abraham Lincoln 1 cent penny. Yes, that's right, the 1993 D penny. It might be a lot more valuable than you think. Before we get into the details, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe for more coin collecting tips and valuable coin discoveries. You don't want to miss this. Let's first take a look at the 1993 D Lincoln penny, minted in Denver. The penny is part of the series that began in 1909, featuring President Abraham Lincoln. As part of the 1990s steady flow of coins, this 1 cent piece might seem ordinary at first glance. But what sets the 1993 D apart? Let's break it down. The obverse side of the 1993 D penny features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse side, we see the classic Union shield, signifying strength and unity, which has been a part of the penny since 1959. Minted at the Denver Mint, this coin was produced alongside billions of other pennies. The year 1993 saw a significant number of coins made, with nearly 6 billion pennies stamped that year alone. Now, let's talk about the real question. Why is the 1993 D Lincoln penny important for collectors and investors? Well, there are several factors that could determine its value in the market. Most of these pennies are common, and you'll find plenty of 1993 DS still in circulation. But it's the rare, high-quality specimens and potential errors that can make a significant impact on the value. One of the things that collectors are always on the lookout for are minting errors. When a coin like the 1993 D Lincoln penny has a mistake during production, like a double die cracks, or off-center strikes, it can go from being a mere penny to something worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. For example, a 1993 D penny with a double die, where you can see a visible doubling of Lincoln's portrait or the date, could command a higher price than a regular one. Other varieties, like those with an off-center strike, can also be extremely valuable. Of course, the condition of the coin plays a massive role in how much it's worth. A penny in mint state condition, MS65 or better, is far more valuable than one that has been worn down after years of circulation. So, here's the million-dollar question. What's the current market value of the 1993 D Lincoln penny? First, let's talk about the standard 1993 D Lincoln penny in average condition, which is very common. This type of coin, in good circulated condition, is worth just around 1 cent, yes, face value. But as we all know, it's the rare finds that turn heads. A 1993 D penny in uncirculated condition, with high-grade marks like MS65 or better, can fetch around $5 to $10. Not too bad for a penny, right? But when you start talking about rare era coins, like those with the famous doubled die or off-center strikes, the value can soar. These types of coins, depending on their rarity and quality, can range anywhere from $50 to even $500 or more in the right market. Some exceptionally rare era coins have even sold for over $1,000. Now, let's get to the ultimate question. Can a 1993 D penny really be worth $1 million? In theory, yes. But let's manage our expectations. A coin like the 1993 D would need to be in pristine condition, possibly with a rare and highly sought-after era, and it would have to be a part of an elite collection. While million-dollar sales of pennies are rare, there are coins that have sold for hundreds of thousands or even millions, especially if they have something unique about them. If you happen to find a 1993 D penny with a minting error that nobody has seen before, it could easily catch the eye of collectors worldwide, potentially fetching a price in the high six figures or even beyond. So, how can you find a valuable 1993 D penny? First off, always check your change. Look for coins that are in excellent condition and inspect them carefully for any signs of error. Focus on details like the doubling of the date, mint mark, or any noticeable errors on Lincoln's portrait. If you suspect you've found something valuable, make sure to take it to a professional appraiser or coin dealer to verify its authenticity. In conclusion, while the 1993 D Lincoln penny might not seem like much, it has the potential to surprise you. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, keep your eyes peeled for those rare minting errors and pristine examples. A penny today could turn into a big payday tomorrow. 2006 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1 cent penny. We'll talk about its history, why it's so special, and just how much this coin is worth in today's market, including how it could even be worth millions. That's right, millions of dollars. You won't want to miss this. Now, let's take a closer look at this rare coin, a 2006 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny. Typically, U.S. pennies have a mint mark to show where they were produced. But with this 2006 coin, there's something unique. This coin was struck without a mint mark, which is extremely rare and makes it a highly valuable collector's item. Now, you might be wondering, why is this penny so special? Let's break it down. In 2006, most U.S. pennies were produced at the Denver and Philadelphia mints, and you'll typically see a D or P mint mark on the coin. But here's where it gets interesting. The 2006 No Mint Mark pennies are from the Philadelphia Mint. These are the coins that slipped through the cracks, missing the mint mark entirely. This error wasn't intentional, making them a true numismatic anomaly. And with rarity comes value. So, how much is this 2006 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny worth? When it comes to the 2006 No Mint Mark penny, you may be surprised by its worth. While a typical penny from this year might only be worth 1 cent in circulation, an uncirculated or mint condition 2006 No Mint Mark penny can fetch around $100 to $200 at auction, depending on its condition. But that's just the beginning. That's right, it could be worth up to $200 in typical cases. But here's the kicker, certain examples of this coin in perfect condition, like those that are graded MS67 or higher, have been sold for over $1,000. That's right, a simple penny from 2006 can be worth over $1,000 if it's in top-notch condition. Now you're probably thinking, but wait, could this coin really hit the $1 million mark? And the answer is, maybe. While it's extremely rare, if a 2006 No Mint Mark penny were ever found in absolutely pristine condition, like a perfect MS70 grade, there are collectors who would pay handsomely for it. Historically, there have been similar high-value coins, where the rarity and condition combine to push the price into the millions. This makes the 2006 no-mint mark penny one to watch for potential future sales at auction. Let's take a look at the current market for these coins. According to recent coin auctions and sales, a few 2006 no-mint mark pennies have been listed at around $5,000 to $10,000 when they're in uncirculated, high-grade condition. That's definitely impressive for a penny that originally cost just 1 cent. But here's where it gets really interesting. You see, rare pennies like this one can be viewed as both an investment and a treasure hunt for collectors. The demand for rare coins has been growing steadily, especially as more people start looking for ways to diversify their investment portfolios. Coins that are rare, with mistakes or minting errors, are highly sought after. So, if you happen to have a 2006 penny in your pocket or a collection, take a good look at it. If it's a no-mint mark version, especially in near-perfect or mint condition, you could be holding on to something very valuable. The most valuable coins are those that have been preserved in impeccable condition, so make sure to handle your coins carefully and, if you believe you've got a gem, consider getting it professionally graded. Grading is key in determining how much your coin is worth. The grading scale goes from MS60, which means the coin is in average condition, to MS70, which is flawless. Coins in higher grades are valued much more, and if you get a 2006 no-mint mark penny graded at MS70, it could potentially fetch a jaw-dropping price. So, could the 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln penny ever reach $1 million? It's unlikely in the immediate future, but as time goes on and these coins become even rarer, it's not out of the question for them to increase in value. If you've got one of these pennies tucked away, it could turn out to be a gold mine for you one day. If you found this video interesting, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your fellow coin enthusiasts. And let me know in the comments, do you have a 2006 no-mint mark penny? Have you ever seen one at an auction? We'd love to hear about your experiences. 2017 P. Abraham Lincoln 1 cent penny. The one with a special mint mark that could make it worth thousands, or even millions of dollars. Stick around as we explore its story, value, and how to spot the rare versions that could make you rich. Let's get into it. Before we jump into the specifics, let me give you a quick rundown on the 2017 P penny's history. You may be thinking, it's just another penny, right? But in the case of the 2017 P, there's more to it than meets the eye. The 2017 P penny is the first penny in U.S. history to feature the P mint mark on it. Up until this point, all pennies were made at the Philadelphia Mint, but this specific penny has a special P to mark that it came from there in 2017. Now, why is this important? Well, if you didn't know, the U.S. Mint traditionally didn't use mint marks on pennies. The P mint mark was only used on coins like quarters and dimes, so this penny became a significant part of history. But here's where things get really interesting. Not all 2017 P pennies are created equal. Some are rare, and the ones in great condition could fetch you a pretty penny, if you catch my drift. So, what makes this coin so valuable? There are a couple of factors to keep in mind. First off, you'll need to pay attention to the condition of the penny. A 2017 P penny that's in great condition can have a much higher value than a well-worn one. The more pristine the coin, the more likely it is to be worth something special in the collector market. For example, a coin in mint state, or MS, grades like MS65 and higher can easily catch the eye of collectors. Now you may be asking, how much are these coins worth? Let's break it down. On the low end, a 2017 P penny in circulated condition, with visible wear and tear, might only be worth around 10 to 25 cents. But when you get into the higher grades, such as MS65 or higher, the value skyrockets. In fact, a perfect MS67 2017 P penny has been known to sell for over $100 or more. But that's just the beginning. Now for the big question, how does this coin stack up in terms of million-dollar potential? While a single 2017 P penny hasn't yet reached $1 million, it's possible for certain very rare and perfect specimens, especially those with exceptional characteristics like error varieties, to appreciate dramatically in the future. Collectors will always have a keen eye out for rare minting errors or special varieties, which can drive prices up into the thousands or even millions. One example of a potential error is the double die variety, an issue that could make a specific penny significantly rarer than the rest. While these errors are very hard to find, they could turn your humble 2017 penny into a coin that could be worth upwards of several $1,000s, and perhaps even more, depending on demand. Now you're probably wondering, how do you find one of these rare 2017 pennies? Well, it all comes down to knowing what to look for. First, check the condition of your coin. If it's been circulating in your pocket or in change, chances are it won't be worth too much. But if it's in mint condition, you've already got a valuable coin on your hands. Another thing to consider is the rarity of the coin. Some coins with unique characteristics like misstrikes or an unintentional doubling of letters are often worth a lot more. A key piece of advice? Always use a magnifying glass to carefully inspect the penny for any signs of unusual markings. It's a long shot, but finding a major error could make all the difference. The numismatic market can be unpredictable. The value of rare coins, like the 2017 penny, depends on factors like demand, rarity, and condition. That said, if the 2017 penny continues to grow in popularity and remains a desirable coin for collectors, it could definitely hit the $1 million mark in the future. So, to recap, the 2017 penny might seem like just another penny to most people, but if you have one in your collection, don't overlook it. With its historic mint mark and potential for rare varieties or errors, this little coin could one day be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. If you think you've found a valuable 2017 penny, it's a good idea to get it appraised by a professional, or even consider submitting it for grading. A certified coin can fetch a much higher price when sold at auction or through reputable dealers. There's a whole market out there for rare and valuable coins,